Before this video starts, I want to give a massive shout out to all my channel members. If you want to receive a shout out, then become a channel member today and you'll be shown on screen like all these other channel members here. Anyways, enjoy the video. In version 15.2, we get to see the addition of a brand new Sengoku Wargods Uber, this being Fuma Kotaro. The real Kotaro was the leader of the Fuma clan, a clan during the late Sengoku period which specialized in guerrilla warfare, with his biggest success being in the Battle of Omosu. Eventually, in 1603, he was caught by Tokugawa Ieyasu's law enforcement force and was beheaded by the order of Ieyasu. Kotaro in this universe is possessed by the Kajutsu scroll, giving him a serpent to control, but what power is brought out by this scroll? In this video, I want to answer this question by looking at this unit's kit and seeing what they can bring to the battlefield. The footage of Kotaro is at level 40. To get us started, let's get an overview of Kotaro's stats. At level 30, they sport 73,000 health, deal a base 15,000 damage with a base 2.7k DPS. They sport 410 range, 42 speed, a cooldown of 121.2 seconds, and 4 knockbacks. They sport a multi-hit, in which each hit's base damage is 7,650. They have a 100% chance to slow red, angel, and black enemies for 2 seconds, have a 50% chance to spawn an explosion at 410 range, and are immune to surge. Kotaro is a unit that on paper would seem rather strong. In practice, however, he runs into a lot of issues, a lot of which is due to his multi-hit and reliance on explosion have any sort of decent impact. If Kotaro isn't outputting any explosions, then his damage is very much on the lower end. Even then, if you get a single explosion off, the damage isn't a whole lot, seeing as it only adds an additional 7,000 damage to the total, and for an Uber, this isn't the most impressive thing in the world. The DPS isn't the shiniest either, only bumping it to an average of 4.1k DPS. The instability in his rather already middling damage output, on top of enemies receiving reduced damage from explosions if they're close enough, means that their damage is not the reason to be using them. The main thing Kotaro has going for him for more damage is the fact that Kotaro is a rebound unit. This means that a unit's attack starts up again if repositioned. This does have some use against enemies like Sleipnir and Gokuraku, who constantly knock back, giving him potential to score additional damage, even if it is very little, and to trigger his CC more. Speaking of crowd controlling, how good is Kotaro's crowd controlling abilities? Seeing as the time of the slow between his two multi-hits overlap, the effective slow time is 3.16 seconds, giving him an uptime of 57%. This uptime is somewhat poor, and the extra time that it would get if an enemy is hit by an explosion is pretty negligible, bumping it up to a 63% uptime. While Kotaro's explosion is able to reach up to 685 range, allowing him to slow a ton of incoming threats, the uptime of the slow if only one hit lands drops to a very low 36%. This sort of uptime is what you would usually see as a bonus on units with more offensive stats, like on Hattori Hanzo. If there is a major niche to be carved out for him, it's his surge immunity. Seeing as no black enemy as of 15.2 is capable of surging, or even mini-surging, this niche is relegated to his red and angel targets. As to what enemies fall under this category, there's Saint Dober, Reynard, Red Energy, and Mini Angelic Cyclone. Reynard is out of the question, seeing as they sit in the way back. As for the rest of these enemies, this is where Kotaro performs the best. For Saint Dober, if you use units like Ramen to stall them, Kotaro can rather easily stall the dog in short bursts, which can be useful in moments where you might have a gap in your defense. For Mini Angelic Cyclone, this enemy is handled surprisingly well by Kotaro, considering that this enemy's absurdly low endurance, on top of Kotaro being able to keep them still, can keep the Cyclone out of a fight for long periods of time. For Red Energy, Kotaro's slow is just like it is for any enemy he's fighting, but Red Energy relies on their surge for damage, meaning that Kotaro can sit comfortably and keep them from moving. Also, if Kotaro does end up getting hit by the hyena, Kotaro is able to rebound and land another hit on them. However, because of the uptime of the slow is rather poor, this niche's value goes way down once you get access to Newton. So, how good is Kotaro? Well, Kotaro is a rather interesting Uber, but has quite a few issues going on for them that prevent them from doing all too much. The biggest being that Kotaro doesn't really offer a whole lot for what you are spending to send him out. Kotaro sports really poor damage output, and his crowd controlling isn't exactly the best either. The only main places where you can get a ton of value is either in stages that have a heavy mix of red, black, and angel enemies that either feature a surging enemy, or against few red and angel enemies that do surge in the first place. With all that said, I want to thank you for watching this analysis of Fuma Kotaro. If you thought this insight was interesting, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Battle Cats content, and comment down below your thoughts on them. I'd love to hear what you all think. Also, shout out to the following channel members: Dr. Deadly, Comet, Virus Opero, Just a Shark, Rosecat the Ultra, Potato King, Atsushi, King Wolf, Clamorous, Barely Grover, Jade Rabbit, Mustafa, Janet Altenberg, Tenschool Gaming, I May Be Dumb, I'm Too Few, Alex Durex, and Carlos Fabian for being silver members or higher. If you want to receive a shout out like these channel members here, then become a silver member or higher today. Becoming a channel member supports what I do in a way that helps keep the lights on and allows me to continue making content for all of you to watch. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day.